Hey everyone, it's Jet back today with another profession slash achievement video. Because if you catch this fish, you'll get an achievement also. Now there is a fish. It's not an ordinary fish. It's a fish so legendary that only the best anglers can catch it. This fish is called the Steelscale Crushfish. Now what makes this fish so desirable is it can be used as a transmog piece. And it also sells very high if you want to farm it. Now, how high? Well, 6 figures minimum. Also, when it is fished up, you'll get an achievement called One That Didn't Get Away that you can add to your achievement collections. Now, the first part of this video, I will show you each zone and the location, which are the most popular to catch this fish. All the locations and waypoints will be in the description below. If you already know where to catch this fish, you can just skip ahead to the second part that I have tool-tipped, where I will break down my results, give you my conclusion, and you'll see if I even caught it. So without further ado, let's go and try to catch this elusive fish. One of the locations you can come to try to get the Steelscale Crushfish and do some fishing is in Kalimdor and Ashenvale. And you want to come up here to the west side of the map, right behind Zoram Outpost, to the northwest of it. Now, right here, you can fish up the Steelscale fish if you want. This location has been used by many people, and it's right behind this tower right here. Another popular spot where you can come and try to get this fish is in northern Stranglethorn in the Eastern Kingdoms, and you want to come west to the ruins of Zul'Kunda. Anywhere on this shoreline right here. A lot of people has had a lot of luck catching it right around this location right here. The third spot you can go to try to farm this up is at the Darkmoon Faire. Now, of course, the Darkmoon Faire has to be up for you to try your luck to catch it down there. But you can fish anywhere in the Darkmoon Faire. This location has been decreased is a good way to put it. Like, a lot of people have said that they haven't had much luck fishing down here anymore since recently. So, but if you're going to fish here, I recommend fishing down here on this little island right here, because then you can see if the rabbit is going to be spawning. So maybe you can get a pet in the process also. So I'll take you to the fourth spot. Another popular spot a lot of people go to try to catch this fish is in the Eastern Kingdoms, in the wetlands, right around Menethil Harbor here. Anywhere along this coast right here and around where the harbor is, so standing around here, you can catch it. So a lot of people have had a lot of success catching it here. So this is another spot you can try. So I'll take you to the last spot, which I find is the most efficient. And finally, the last location you can come to try to fish this up is in the Eastern Kingdoms in the Hillsbrad foothills down here at the Ruins of Southshore. Now, why I took you to this exact location on the dock here is because this is the exact spot where I did all my testing at trying to catch this fish. Now, I started with my balance druid, and let me tell you how it went. The truth is, it went nowhere. We didn't catch the fish. In fact, I fished so much that I've never fished so much and have been defeated, except for one time. Now, the last time I was defeated like this was when I tried to fish up that Great Sea Ray Mount in BFA in Borealis Harbor and watched the whole first season of Jack Ryan before I threw in the towel. I still don't have that mount, by the way. So after like 1K cast, I was like, this fish is either really hard to get or I'm doing something really wrong. So I started to do some research, and I found this. So according to this, this can only be caught with a Protection Paladin, Fury or Protection Warrior, and Frost Death Knight. So I wanted to double check this, and I turned on all the things add-on. And sure enough, it said that my balance druid, that it was not available for personal loot, as you can see right there. So I found this weird because it's a mace and druid can use maces. Also, there are people in this comment section There are people in the comment section on Wowhead that have caught this on a druid. So could this be right? I mean, is this information correct or wrong? That's what I was thinking. Well, this turned into a testing moment for me, and that is how this video came about. So after 1,631 casts with my balanced druid, using every fishing pole you can think of, every fishing gear and lure, I gave up, but I was not done. So here are my total stats on my balanced druid. Disregard the graphics, we run a pretty ghetto channel here, okay? I was a level 70 with max fishing classic. I did 1,631 total casts without catching the Steelscale Crushfish. So I decided to get on a protection Paladin, because that is a class that is eligible to loot this. Even all the things, when I turned it on, it says it was eligible to loot the Steelscale Crushfish. Okay, so now I'm thinking, okay, we got some confidence. Everything's starting to line up. And here were my stats when I went on my protection Paladin and started fishing. I was only a level 60, and I only had 58 in classic fishing. I used no pole, no bait. I caught the Steelscale Crushfish on the 285th cast, ending my classic fishing at 184. So now I'm thinking, whoa, that was easy. Maybe I can catch it on another class that's eligible. So I got on my Fury Warrior to test this again. I mean, they are eligible to loot this according to Wowhead and all the things. So I went on my Fury Warrior, and here are the stats for that. I was only a level 30, and I started with no fishing skill in Classic. And after 139 casts using no pole, no bait, I caught my second Steelscale Crushfish. It took less time than on my Protection Paladin, which was nice, you know. So now I'm fully invested in this because I'm fishing these things up like bluegill now. So I was thinking, why not get on my Frost Death Knight, right? That's exactly what I did. And here are the stats for my Frost Death Knight. I was level 60 with classic fishing at 62 when I started. No pole, no bait. After 300 casts, I caught my third Steelscale Crushfish. So now I'm thinking, this fish can't be that easy to catch, because I caught 3 of them on tunes where they said they are eligible to loot it. So I had to test this some more, okay? So I got on another class that can use maces, like my druid, but it's not eligible to loot this according to all the things and Wowhead, right? So what did I do? I got on my rogue, and here are my results for my rogue. I was level 60. I started with classic fishing at 74. By the time I finished, I already maxed out classic fishing, but I kept continuing fishing. I did 591 casts before I called it quits, because I started having this feeling like if we continue, we're gonna start getting into the range of when I started this on my druid, getting over 1,000 casts, and I wasn't trying to have that. So we caught no Steelscale Crushfish. So now I'm thinking, is this enough data? Well, probably. But I had to test it one more time just to be sure. Okay? So, I mean, we are now at the scientist level here of collecting data. I didn't have a Protection Warrior, and I already caught one on my Fury Warrior. So I was a real tryhard here. I said, I'm just going to make a new tune. So I made a Protection Warrior. I made a human Protection Warrior, and I started right outside Stormwind. And I leveled it up really quick to level 10. Now, why level 10? Well, that is the lowest level you can be to catch this fish. Plus, at level 10, you can pick your class specialization. and I was going to go Protection Warrior. So after I hit level 10, I made my way up to the Ruins of Southshore here, which was a challenge in itself, let me tell you that, because I didn't have flying. Well, when I finally got here, I started fishing. No pole, no bait. And here were the results for the Protection Warrior. I was level 10 Protection Warrior, freshly made. Started with 0 classic fishing. Ended with 249. And I caught another Steelscale Crushfish. So let me break this down. On the 2 tunes where they say I was not eligible to loot this item, my Balanced Druid and my Outlawed Rogue, I did a total of 2,222 casts and didn't catch a Steelscale Crushfish. Now on the 4 tunes that were eligible to loot this fish, I did 1,259 casts and I caught 4. Now, I'm not saying you can't catch this fish on a tune that is not eligible, and I'm not calling people that said they did a liar. But I think this data is pretty obvious on the route you should take to catch this fish pretty easily. Now, if you're a Protection Paladin, Frost Death Knight, Fury, or Protection Warrior, be at least a level 10 and start casting. To increase your chances, since all the testing in this video I did was done on tunes that didn't have max classic fishing, I'd probably recommend that. And I'd make sure your tune, it's just not max classic fishing. Or you can make a new tune like I did and go from there. Now, of course, all of this is RNG, but I think this route is pretty safe and not as time consuming, and your odds are pretty good you will add this to your collection or be able to sell it if you want to take the route that I showed you here. Now, on closing, I need 1 of these for my personal collection, and I could sell the other 3 to make some gold. But if anyone hates fishing but wants this item, let me know in the comments below and we can work something out. I am on an NA server, so I apologize to anyone that watches on an EU server, all the EU players. So that is my breakdown on where and how to catch the Steelscale Crushfish. Hope this video helped, and good luck with your transmog collecting and farming.